When morning finally comes, Siren gets out of bed, looks out of the partially open window, and sees Tripod chasing squirrels around the backyard. Pearl, out of view, is on her hands and knees spreading soil and removing weeds from the garden.
Tripod, up here.
Tripod barks excitedly as he hears his name being called. He rushes to the house and stops below Siren's window. Pearl follows Tripod and sees Siren beckoning to him through the dark screen.
Go to sleep. Go to sleep right now. I command you to go to sleep.
I want Tripod.
And I want a golden shower. You don't get to have everything you want in life. They shut me down. Shut down. Tiny URL, www.goldenshowers.com. They knew it was my favorite website. Water sports. Yellow water sports. Warm waters run deep.
She then turns around, walks away, and goes back to gardening. Pearl leaves Siren alone in her room all day without meals. At the stroke of midnight, Pearl unlocks Siren's door.
Time to work for a hot meal. Put on something decent. We're hitting the road.
Siren is still wearing the canary yellow quinceañera dress and just follows Pearl out to the car.
Susan? I'm sorry, he wouldn't let me leave.
Always have an excuse for everything, don't you? Well, you did miss supper, so what does it matter now? I figured what the hell, the kids might enjoy a good story.
Well, looks like it'll be an overnighter after all. I'd call the futon. In the Bargain Way Supercenter parking lot, Pearl is ghost riding the whip and Siren is steering the wheel of the car. A sock hop song from the 50s is playing on the car's radio. Being 7 years old, Siren can barely see over the dashboard and doesn't notice the gigantic upcoming speed bump. The Falcon hits the bump straight on and jumps into Pearl's gyrating rotund wheel, shoving her into a row of empty shopping carts that are lined up nearby. Inside the store, Hansel, a short, thin rent-a-cop, in his mid-20s, is sitting on a computer chair with his back to 4 security monitors. One of them is displaying the parking lot with Pearl and Siren's escapade in progress.
No.
Pearl is stuck on the ground, wedged between 2 shopping carts, and he's on the phone laughing.
What? No. Are you kidding me? Writing erotic porn stories for pornographic websites to help hone your writing skills is like saying I'm going to do nude modeling to gain experience and make it big and normal modeling. Well, next thing you know, you're conquering trains 10 dudes long.
He turns back to the monitors and sees Pearl and Siren causing havoc on his watch.
What in tarnation? Sally, I gotta go.
He hangs up the cell phone and rushes out to the front of the store through the sliding doors.
Sweet Mother of Mary, Joseph, Jesus!
Hansel stands imperiously, with his right hand on his pepper spray, gazing at the fiasco.
Can I help you, man? Don't even try any insurance scams, man. We got you on video doing whatever the heck kind of horseplay that was you were doing. I was sitting there at our security desk, working on my online correspondence course from Deep Fried University, when I see this huge woman doing a jig right in front of the store as her car hits her. Now, I'm sorry if you're injured at all, but... Oh, wait, you aren't injured, are you? Are you? 'Cause like I was saying...
Siren tugs on Hansel's jacket and whispers fearfully.
Scam us for our insurance, but last time this happened, we had some thugs trying to pull some slippin' jimmies on us. You know, a couple of teenagers trying to give us the slip. Literally, they slipped over, pretending like it was something to do with our cleaning staff. But the judge saw it on the security footage. They did it on purpose, just like you got hit by that car. They were thrown out of court on their asses, not a dime to their name. And they had to reimburse us for the court costs. Okay? They did it on purpose, just like you. So
Hansel looks down at Siren.
Be careful. Okay, what was that, little girl?
Please help me.
Pearl finally pries herself from the carts and lifts herself up from the ground.
We're back. Oh, God.
She saunters over to where Hansel
goodness.
is bending down to try to hear what Siren is saying to him.
Well, say there, Siren. What are you saying to this nice officer?
Pearl smiles really wide. Hansel is concerned. He looks at Pearl, but nods in Siren's direction.
Now, this little girl here said, help me. Now, ma'am, why would she say something like that?
Oh, she wanted you to help her help me get up from such an awful tumble into your carts.
Help you, help me. No, help me, help you. She wanted to... Do I look like an EMT to you? Read the badge, ma'am. It says Hansel, because that's my name, but if it said my job, it'd say Rent-A-Cop, not EMT.
Still smiling, Pearl looks intimidatingly at Siren.
Isn't that right, Siren? Siren, isn't that right?
Is that true?
Siren nods in approval.
Oh, well, okay then, you folks have a fantastic night.
Hansel nods to them and then scuttles back into the discount store.
Whew, thought I was in trouble for a second. Hey, Sally, you're not gonna believe this.
Siren, hun, don't you ever be nice, Pearl. She's just an idiot little girl. Sweetie, get back in the car.
Siren starts to get back into the car.
The passenger side.
Pearl drives a few miles up the road to stop at a pasture. Pearl is giddy.
Ready, Siren? This is gonna be exciting. I do this every now and then when I get the time.
What are we doing?
Cow tipping.
They get out of the car and Siren follows Pearl through a field of tall grass. They head into an adjacent barn and Pearl grabs a stool from off the wall and sets it down in front of a sleeping cow.
Wake up, girl.
She pets the cow. The cow wakes up and Pearl gently milks it, cooing softly.
Holding for that dang plank, god damn.
She fills a metal bucket to the brim and smiles up at Siren, handing her a crispy $1 bill from her apron.
Now, tip the cow, honey. She did good. Look at all this milk.
Siren holds out the $1 and walks up to the cow. She then looks back at Pearl with a what do I do face. Pearl, long-suffering, urges her on.
Give it $1, Siren. Tip the cow, Siren. Give the cow $1, Siren.
Siren sets the $1 down on the floor.
Perfect.
Pearl strokes the cow's neck and addresses it directly.
Another day, another $1.
Pearl leads Siren out of the barn and to the car.
We have one last errand to attend to before heading back.
Pearl places the uncovered bucket of milk in the trunk and secretly grabs something else out of it. Then she leads Siren to a narrow, winding creek and instructs her to collect shiny rocks and wildflowers.
Siren, stay here and collect shiny rocks and wildflowers. Warning, the graphic noises you're about to hear may disturb you. Viewer discretion is advised.
Pearl leaves her all alone and walks about a quarter mile to an off-the-highway rest area, which has a large parking lot and a couple of far-off parked diesels. It's an especially dark night, and the restroom's solar-powered lights barely illuminate the building. Pearl espies a pickup camper, parked in a secluded spot under some old pine trees. She hums a religious ditty as she strolls towards it, then taps at the door of said camper. While waiting for a reply, she enjoys reading all of the political and religious bumper stickers covering the back of the tailgate. In the center is a huge glittery rainbow-colored peace sign. Far out, man.
Oh, I like that bumper sticker. The one, what is it? Stuff happens. No, shit happens. That's the line. But forgive me, Lord. It's such a good movie, that Forrest Gump. Forrest, run, Forrest. Oh, you know. I like those other bump stickers where they show the whole family and they got the mama and the daddy and they got the 4 little kids and little doggy, little kitty. Ooh, I like the one where the T-Rex is eating one of the people and they're like, oh, I don't care about your family. Those are fun. Those are really fun.
After a 10-second wait, she knocks a little harder on the camper door.
The Jesus fish is nice. I never understood the fish. The fish? I know someone can explain the fish to me, but what's the point? You know, it's a nice symbol. I like seeing it. But what is the fish? Why? Well, I guess I know why a fish. I mean, he caught the fish on the side of it. There's a store with the fish where he threw the net over, and he caught him on one side, but not the other, because the other guys were fishing. Yeah, and then there was fish and bread, and he had a nice lunch. That's a weird superpower. You ever think about that? Everyone just had a very nice lunch. He made fish and bread out of nothing, and maybe some wine, probably. That's a very nice lunch. And he just did that out on a whim. That's very nice. Oh, Lordy. Oh, Lordy.
Viola! The light turns on inside, followed by grumbling and incoherent murmuring. Man, did you hear that sound outside? It sounds like the sound of a wild boar. The door unlocks and opens slightly. Then quickly recoils and relocks.
Who's there?
Pearl puts on her friendly face.
Hi there, fellow pilgrims. It's just me. Oh, Pearl Goodman. I was wondering if you could spare a moment of your precious time, perchance.
Come back when the rosy-fingered dollop is, please. Pearl is immovable.
No, I certainly cannot. You open this door this instant, or else.
Come back when the rosy-fingered dawn appears, please.
She said or else. Or else what?
Or else this ungroovy stranger's gonna get angry. Oh no, please, no, don't hurt us.
No, I won't get angry. I'll just keep beating on your door until I've had my way.
Leaf becomes resigned and indifferent. Just see what the hell this capitalist pig wants so we can go back to bed, comrade.
You do, you fat bitch.
No, I got the door last time when it was those Jehovah's Witnesses.
No, you do it.
And, no.
You answer the door.
You see, you haven't even washed your hair in 2 weeks, and it smells like wild shit.
Oh, how dare you say that about my hair? You said you love my hair.
And plus, I'm missing a bag of crisps, and you never just let me eat my bag of crisps. I'm totally...
Damn.
No, you calm down. I'm completely fucking calm. Completely fucking calm.
You can... All right. Okay.
As the door swings open, Juniper, a very skinny, dreadlocked woman, wearing leggings and a tank top, appears in the doorway. Beams of moonlight silhouette Pearl, who is standing in front of the truck's tailgate.
Now see, was that so difficult? All I wanted to simply say was...
Pearl tilts her head back slightly, taking in a really deep breath, and then begins speaking without pause.
Once upon a time, there was a decrepit Italy man named King Babylon who lived in a faraway land made of make-believe and pretended he was the great omnipotent by celebrity name-dropping while simultaneously trying to ad hoc rip people new glory holes for their presumed transgressions. He taught film and screenwriting at a second-rate for-profit institution because he was an absolute failure at actually making anything that could fit into a microscopic, pedantic, and banal well-tension.
What the hell did you just say to me?
Pearl's eyes go wild and she starts beatboxing.
Holy shit. Can you do that again? I ain't never heard nothing like that in my entire life. Leif, get over here. Lady, can you repeat that for him? That was crazy. I can't do it justice. You gotta do it again.
At that moment, Pearl swings a tire iron into Juniper's face,
That was crazy. Can you repeat that?
smashing in her left cheekbone. She squeals in agony and slumps over. Leaf, a very short, heavy-set, hungover 40-year-old man with a page boy hairstyle and wearing a lime green unitard, leaps out from under the covers and lunges towards the door. Please just stop. Where Pearl grabs him by the hair and brutally drags him out of the truck. Goddamn, woman! He instinctively grips Pearl's left wrist with both of his hands and groans and pleads for mercy as she continues to lift up his head by his hair.
Izzle, dizzle, for shizzle, my grizzle. Shh. Seriously now, hun, I ain't gonna hurt y'all couple of nice, peaceful, all-American, validly dissenting father and mother honoring.
What do you want? Pearl gets irked for being interrupted.
Draft dodging, bra burning, not shaving your body hairs all in the right places, shoe hating, sandal celebrating, communist loving, LSD tripping, grass smoking, bell bottom wearing, Canadian fetishing, anti-Baconian, Janda's joblin worshiping.
Please stop.
Public nudie Democratic convention burning, Nixon loathing, sodomite journeying, chimichanga munching, commune aborbrites.
Pearl loses her train of thought and stops speaking incoherently. Please stop. She blinks her eyes and is startled to realize that she's clutching a man by the hair. It's better to have lived. Oh, what's that? Suffering the arrows of fate and misfortune. No. She snickers and then brings the tire iron down repeatedly into his face until it turns into a bloody, messy pulp. Oh no, this can't be the end. This can't be the end of life. This can't be how life goes out. Oh, wow. Oh, I could see the times. I could see the river time. I could see it. Several minutes elapse. They're all in the camper. Pearl revives Juniper with a few waves of a jar of smelling salts. She is concussive and barely able to open her eyes, but through blurred vision, she sees Leaf in the corner, unconscious and soaked in blood, and Pearl is standing over her.
Dispatching your buddy wasn't the highlight of my evening. Silence is golden. Duct tape is silver.
Duct tape in hand, she stares at Juniper, meditatively, pondering her fate.
Mother Nature would dispel you in a beat of one's heart.
Pearl notices a pet cat. She benignly pets it, cooing into its ear.
Who's a good kitty? Who's a good little kitty? Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
Pearl looks back at Juniper with a change of spirit.
You know, it says, I think you've learned your lesson here. In fact, smooth things over. When Gilbert and I get married, maybe we'll buy this camper first thing. It'll be our duty to take it off your hands. I'm just cocksure he'd love it. Now, I believe that I shall grant thee a plenary indulgence gratis. What the hell, I'll take it now. I'll draw it up in black and white later. Now, get out of my camper. You'll get your check in due time.
Pearl expects Juniper to thank her and gleefully exit the camper, but she just stares back at her in a persistent vegetative state, her left eye unable to completely open. Her immoral behavior offends Pearl.
Well, not everyone will reward forgiveness with gratitude.
Pearl is pensive and moody.
Well, let's get you cleaned up.
Pearl swiftly grabs Juniper by the legs, drags her out of the camper and across the parking lot. Juniper is face down in the concrete, loose gravel, and other debris grinds and shreds her face into a bloody mess the entire way to the public lavatory. Taped to the bathroom door is a "Have you seen me" poster with a younger photo of Siren. Pearl has a gleeful, exclamatory discharge.
Oh, goodness gracious me, oh my, I see apple pie in the sky. Oh, goodness gracious me, oh my. Oh, baby, I have seen it all. What a day.
She momentarily drops Juniper, peels the handbill off the door, makes a paper airplane out of it, and launches it into the unlit grassy area. She then continues to drag Juniper into the bathroom and into the back stall. She lifts Juniper's head off the ground and into the unflushed toilet bowl.
Whoopsie daisy.
Floating poop sprays out onto the floor beside them.
Meatloaves. Just kidding, friend.
Juniper is suffocating under the filthy water.
I'll be right back with some sudsy liquid. Get you cleaned up good as new.
She leaves the stall and grabs the liquid soap bottle from the sink counter and walks back over to the toilet. She begins lathering up Juniper's hair, softly humming Splish Splash. Juniper feebly lifts her head, gasping for air, and Pearl squirts soap directly into her mouth.
Stay here and soak all that nasty blood off while I fix my face. I'll be back in a jiffy lube.
Pearl lumbers over to the sink. She pulls out various cosmetics from her apron and lays them out neatly on the counter. A small book titled Clichés and Whatnot slips out into the sink. Pearl curses her clumsiness,
Oh, damn my fingers. Oh, goodness.
stashes
damn
it
my
back
fat
into her
fingers.
apron.
Eyeliner. Devil's stick, but oh, it's so good. It does work so nice. I feel so pretty with it on. A little bit of rouge, a little bit of little lipstick. You gotta have that classic. You gotta have that one case of hooker red lipstick. I've only wear it on Christmas and our anniversary. But that day, everybody knows what's going on. Oh no, it's Pearl in her ruby red lipstick. She a hoe? No, she's not a hoe. At least not for anyone but Melvin. At least that's what I assume they say. Oh, goodness, I can never get this little cap off right here. I can never do it. Goodness gracious. Oh, goodness. Hand's getting too fat for this shit. Hand's getting too fat for this stuff. Squeeze, squish. Don't do that. Oh, don't twist the lipstick there over and over. Perfect.
Pearl applies a new layer of bright red lipstick, eyeliner, heavy mascara, rouge, and powder. Pearl returns to wash Juniper's face. She affectionately lifts the partially submerged head out of the dookie and soapy water and begins sponging the wounds with paper towels. Juniper is no longer breathing, but Pearl carries on tenderly cleaning her face. An elderly couple approaches the restroom door. Homer is roughly 67 years old, is in a sailor's uniform and accompanied by Eva, who is 87 years old to the day. Happy birthday, Eva. She is in a maid's uniform and carrying a humongous purse. Hurry, Eva. The gargantuan butt plug keeps slipping out with each step.
Okay, Homer. I'm gonna go in and pretend like I'm cleaning the mirrors. And then you're gonna come in and have your way with me. Give me about 5 minutes.
Homer is nervous and fidgety. Yeah, dude, remember to bring the strap on, right?
You mean Julio? The 18-footer?
Nothing gooder. Eva somersaults into the bathroom.
Welcome, my friends, to my chocolate factory.
And then pretends to dust the mirrors and wipe down the sinks.
It's my birthday and I'll cry if I want to, cry if I want to, cry if I want to. You will cry too.
When she hears some soft humming coming from the last stall. Startled, she peeks around the dividing wall and sees a smeared trail of blood leading to the handicap stall. She cautiously walks towards it and, still standing a ways back, can see that beneath the door are 2 sets of legs. One set is spread apart and the other is in a sort of kneeling position in between. She gets closer to the legs.
Oh my! Is everything all right back here?
Pearl whimpers and Eva realizes the door is slightly ajar. She moves forward and lightly touches it.
Need me to call the men in blue?
Pearl nonchalantly turns and with one swift motion impales the old woman through the throat with the sharp end of the tire iron.
Unhand me, it's my birthday! Homer!
Blood gushes onto Pearl's hand and arm as she then, via the tire iron, pulls Eva down into the stall and props her up in the corner against the wall. Homer comes bursting through the main door with one hand securing his backside.
Oh, shoot, it's slipping at an alarming rate. Losing its grip.
He mindlessly rushes into the nearest stall.
Stay in there, sailor. I didn't authorize a shore leave. I do not authorize early shore leave for my bugs. You gotta stay in the captain's quarters, me-ho.
Me-ho? I'm no ho. I've been married almost 40 years to the same man.
Homer hears Pearl.
Yeah, you're not my wife.
And just as he wonders who it is and gets a little embarrassed, Pearl's face appears under his stall with the tire iron.
Oh no, what are you doing?
I recant your invite.
She quickly thrusts the tire iron up into his chin and through his skull, impaling him impaling him like an old wrinkled martini olive.
Oh, you shouldn't have. We said no gifts.
She takes his sailor hat and puts it on her head. Pearl returns to Juniper.
You're gonna be just fine, sweetie pie. You're a nice cat. Let's get you back to your rig.
Pearl again drags Juniper face down, back to the old camper. The dead woman's face eventually is ground into a featureless, bloody stump by the time they arrive. Pearl lifts her up into the vehicle, places her in bed and tucks her in. Pearl affectionately smiles at the cadaver.
If you're gonna stay in my camper, I expect the first month's rent in my hands no later than next week. $8.50 ought to cover things.
Pearl closes the door and it squeaks loudly. She pops her head back in.
I'll let Melvin stop by and give this little WD-40. So we'll make it 900 even. Good night to you and yours.
The sun breaks over the horizon and she casually treks back to get Siren in the car. But upon arriving at her target destination, she doesn't see any sign of Siren. Not by the car, not by the babbling brook. Concerned and angsty, Pearl calls out.
Siren? Siren, where are you?
She continues meandering around the area, looking in the direction of the barn.
Siren, are you in there, naughtiness? It's not nice to play games with someone who doesn't want to play.
She sprints 100 yards to the barn door.
You in here, Siren?
Pearl reaches the heavy bulkhead door and heaves with all her strength to slide it open just enough to fit her bulky frame through. She walks the main aisle, looking from left to right and crib to crib, searching for Siren's whereabouts. She climbs up a tall wooden ladder and scans the hayloft.
Siren? Siren?
Nothing up there but some bales, rakes, pitchforks, leather belts, and a scurrying rat. While climbing back down the ladder, she gets increasingly concerned.
Siren? Siren?
Through an open window, she sees a white 2-story farmhouse in a 20-yard proximity from the barn's back door. 2 lights are already on, and another turns on while she's casing the place. Pearl whispers bitterly to herself.
That Jezebel. She's definitely in that, isn't he? Probably having an amazing breakfast with the venerable Mr. and Mrs. Farmer. Probably wanting to stay with them now.
Pearl reaches into her apron belt and pulls out her trusty old tire iron as she marches aggressively towards the farmhouse. She suddenly gets nervous.
Maybe they called the bacon bits on me. Sadly, they must all die now. Except for Siren, of course. She's my sweetie. That malcontent bitch. Ward, forgive me.
Pearl picks up the pace, stepping through tall grass and the occasional fallen tree.
Hizity, a.k.a. La Casa, a.k.a. La Hizity, a.k.a. Colicity.
As she approaches the front porch steps, Pearl hears a sound back near the barn. It's Siren. She starts speed walking towards Siren, smiling fiercely, then lovingly, then wildly, then crying a little, then giggling.
There you are. I see you, little girl. Hello, I see you. Oh, come on, Siren. I see you. I see you. There you are. Come on. No, baby. No, it's just me. It's me. It's perfect. Come on, home. Come on. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for scaring you. Get back over here, Siren. Get over here now. I said get over here. I need you over here right now. Siren, you can't leave me. You can't leave me like this. You're going to run out the door like that? You're going to make me chase you all over this place? I can't, darling. I can't. It's just not going to work like that. And you know why it's not going to work like that? Because I'm coming for you. That's why. Because I'll find you. We'll find you.
She reaches her at the barn door.
Sorry. You have blood on your hands, young lady. Well, almost anyway. Too close for comfort. The saintly farmer people almost got because of your dereliction.
Pearl points to her own dress.
See this blood all over me? It's because you weren't where you're supposed to be. Did you get any beautiful flowers? We can put them in a nice shiny vase when we get home.
They slog back to the Falcon and drive away. Back at home, Pearl shuts the front door and Siren turns to go upstairs.
Don't go upstairs yet. Get your ass in the living room. There's something you need to see.
Siren obeys and Pearl stands in the doorway of the first living room entrance.
I've been keeping a secret and want to come clean now. You're a very special girl. I've had my eye on you for quite some time.
Pearl motions for Siren to sit on the couch.
Now, I know you tried to ask that nice rent-a-cop bargain way to help you leave me, but here's a special tape about us that I think you'll enjoy.
Pearl brandishes a VHS tape and then slams it into the VCR.
And it might convince you to be happy here.
Pearl hunches over, then slowly, stealthily, and while repeatedly rotating right and left, moves into a corner of the living room, then crouches down and stares wide-eyed and hard at Siren, trying to gauge her reaction, pleasure or displeasure, at the forthcoming video. The footage is of the battered women's shelter. The shaky cam zooms in from across the dining hall and focuses on Siren, who is sitting on a fluid-stained floor beside a cot that her mother, Tanya, is passed out on. Siren looks sad and alone.
There's my little dearie. Look at her. So precious. Her mother doesn't appreciate her like I do.
The tape goes to another clip of Siren, exiting the double doors of Virgil Robinson Elementary School. She waits by the flagpole for a long time, while all the other kids are picked up by their parents. The city bus arrives, but Tanya isn't among its exiting passengers. A nice crossing guard, privy to the situation, offers to ride with her to the shelter.
My little dearie, her mother doesn't appreciate her like I do.
The tape cuts to the inside of Pearl's upstairs storage room. The camera is looking through a 3-inch hole at Siren, bending down to look into the hole. Siren jumps back and rushes down the steps. The storage room door quickly opens and Pearl hurries softly down the steps, following after Siren, filming her the entire way. The footage shows Siren stop at Pearl's bedroom, where this little light of mine is blaring behind her closed door. She calls out for Pearl and taps on the door. Receiving no response, Siren tries the knob. It's locked, so she rushes into the washroom. The camera goes to Pearl's bedroom door. Pearl's hand pulls out the key ring, unlocks the door, and the camera goes inside and then shuts off. The video clips to Siren sleeping restlessly in her bedroom, having a nightmare.
Look at that poor thing's having another nightmare. Still kind of feverish too. I will heal it if it's the last thing I do.
The tape continues to roll footage of her sleeping restlessly, tossing and turning. After a few minutes, Siren, seated beside the remote control, attempts to fast forward through what seems like a boring eternity of herself not sleeping well. but is interrupted by Pearl, who is still crouched in the corner of the room.
Don't touch that button. These are needful things. Oh, if you don't want to see the picture of perfect peace, well then I just don't know what to say. This may not be the tape for you.
Pearl stands up, arthritic knees and cankles popping, glides over and dramatically snatches the remote from Siren's hand and fast-forwards it for about 5 minutes to the next scene. She curtly puts the remote into her apron pocket and goes back to the corner of the room, resuming her crouching and glaring at Siren. A group of children are swarming around a parked ice cream truck at Memorial Park. They're all excited and hyper as each one gets a popsicle or ice cream bar from the vendor. They run back to the playground screaming merrily. Siren, having no money, picks up a goofy-eyed Turtle Man ice cream someone accidentally dropped on the ground and attempts to eat around the dirt. The tape cuts off and resumes from inside the ice cream truck, which reveals Pearl as the ice cream man.
Such lively kiddos. Little Siren, the apple of mine eye. Ice cream's not good enough for her. It's fattening. Heal thyself, physician.
The next clip is of the interior of Pearl's church. The video camera slowly pans left to right, showing the sanctuary of the abandoned church. It's nearly identical to the church in Siren's dream.
I was baptized here. I'm a deacon here. I was married here. I'll be buried here.
There's a rustling noise and the camera jerks to the right and zooms far into the back. There's a drunken hobo whose sleep has been untimely interrupted. He lifts his head from a dingy floor mat and rubs his eyes in bewilderment. Pearl calls out loudly to the supposed intruder.
Hey, Dippin' Dots!
The emaciated hobo turns and looks at the camera, still disoriented as to his whereabouts and the time of day.
Over here, numbnuts. Yeah, I'm talking to you. Prepare your anus.
The camera is slammed down onto a pew, and Pearl's massive frame speedily moves towards the back, fists clenched.
Back it up, bitch.
Pearl picks up a beer bottle and breaks it on the back of a pew.
Stay back.
She is hostile looking and squared up with the pitiful looking, inebriated hobo. He holds his hands out, palms open, in front of him defensively.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Pearl menacingly waves the broken beer bottle at the visibly terrified transient. His hands keep dodging Pearl's attacks.
Get out of my temple now. I will eviscerate you.
The hobo howls out in pain as the bottle connects with his stomach. Pearl quickly presses stop on the remote control. Sweat is beaded in huge droplets on her forehead.
Sorry you had to see that. I don't have the foggiest to how that got in there. We'll lock the doors for a reason. He turned out to be a tough son of a carpetbagger, or a muncher. You know, whatever.
Pearl goes and sits next to Siren on the couch, neatly folding her hands on her lap, pursing her lips.
You like the tape about me and you?
Siren remains silent.
I just want you to understand the way the world works. Physics and metaphysics and the whatnots. Once there was a knighted scientist sandwich who was a filthy sandwich. Ironically, his favorite book was Dune. His name, Sir Isaac Lime. He weren't as witchy as Merlin, but mass witchier than Sir Alexandrian Fleming. He ate moldy sandwiches, by the way. Oh, anthropophagy. But I digress.
Pearl stops speaking and meditates on the deeper, esoteric mysteries of the universe. When she looks back, she sees Siren has fallen asleep. Siren awakens and jerks her head up, disoriented about her surroundings. She knows she's not in her room anymore, but that's about it. She tries to get up from where she's lying, but her arms and legs are handcuffed to an antique rollaway bed. She hears clanking in the room and then sees Chuck feather dusting the basement in a jovial mood.
When the roll's calling yonder, I'll be there. When the roll's called up yonder, I'll be there. When the roll's called up yonder.
Chuck hears Siren awaken and turns to her.
Yay! You've woken up! I thought you were going to sleep all day!
Seeing Chuck again, Siren screams uncontrollably.
No! Let me go!
Chuck feels rebuffed.
Well, Pearl said, because you were doing Melvin, you're gonna have to stay down here in the basement with us. So, welcome, Rumi. No!
Blind, Chuck feels the air for Siren's face and then slaps Siren on the cheek to stop her hysterical behavior. When that doesn't work, Chuck uses her arms to crawl up into the foot of Siren's bed and starts jumping on it with her arms, cackling in glee. Eventually, Siren becomes tired from screaming and just stops, winded from the physical exertion. Chuck stops jumping on the bed, also winded, but is still in a playful BFF mood.
Best friend forever? Please let me go. I won't tell Pearl. No. She said you were here for me. We were gonna talk about boys and fashion.
Siren whimpers in severe shock, realizing she's never getting out of this place. As Chuck scooches closer, she does her best to comfort Siren by stroking her leg and cooing softly. They're shuffling from across the hall. Rebecca Reba Kay, an attractive black woman in her mid-30s, whose legs are also severely disabled and unusable, drags herself into the doorway of the room where Chuck and Siren are.
Who are you talking to, Chuck?
Chuck gets a teasing smile.
Our new BFF, Siren. She was called by Pearl doing Mel in the garage.
A gossiping smile crosses her visage. Chuck becomes grave.
Anyhow, she's ours now.
Chuck looks to Siren.
Pearl's gonna make you.
Shh! Pearl's gonna get mad and lash you if you go on talking too much about her spiritual machinations.
Directly above them, the floorboards creak and the noise of clanging pots and pans ring out. Chuck and Rebecca stare up at the ceiling, falling eerily silent. Again, Siren tries to free her hands and then realizes that her handcuffs are merely toy versions. She presses the little white button and they release. Relieved, she takes them off. She walks to the big oaken basement door and pulls on it, trying to get it open, but it won't budge.
Don't you hate that, girlie? Being locked up inside of basements? At least we got hip-hop and popcorn.
Rebecca drags herself over to an old popcorn machine in the corner of the basement and presses play on a boombox beside it. Hip-hop starts blaring through the speakers. Rebecca starts killing it with her upper body to the music.
You think I don't know it? You think I can't see? You're out there fucking everyone but me. You got them coming, lining up out the house. Even the milkman, he's fucking my spouse. We're in a monogamous relationship, bitch. What of it? What of it? What of it? Get out my house before I kick you out myself. Before I kick you out myself. You a hoe, you a hoe, you a hoe, you a hoe, yeah.
Where is she?
Rebecca ceases killing it, turns off the music, and drags herself back over to Siren.
She comes in a couple times a day, walks us, in the orchard. You know the one.
Siren starts crying.
I want to go home.
Sorry. Pearl's a cruel taskmaster. But it's not all bad here.
Siren cries harder.
Maybe we can try and help you escape.
Oh, no you don't, Rebecca. Not again. We're keeping this one.
Pearl is heard coming down the steps and unlocking the great dungeon door. The door creaks open and Pearl stands in the doorway. After a moment of not seeing anyone, she sternly puts her hands on her hips.
Chuck, Rebecca, Siren, time for me and Mel's Ruby anniversary soiree. Come on,
Show yourselves.
Chuck and Rebecca pop their heads out of the room to the left, giggling with excitement, with colorful cardboard, cone-shaped party hats on. Pearl smiles with matriarchal approval.
Where's your new friend?
She's right here.
Chuck turns to Siren.
It's okay. Pearl's not mad at you anymore. I don't think.
Chuck slaps the party hat on Siren as she stands there emotionally numb. Pearl reaches out and takes Chuck's party hat off and puts it on her own head. Chuck is saddened until Rebecca produces a new one for her.
Alrighty then, let's go. I got the car already loaded up with the covered dishes.
Shotgun!
No. Now, Chuck, your new cohort in crime gets that honor.
Pearl takes Siren by the hand and Chuck and Rebecca scurry behind. They go up the basement steps and through the washroom's back door and out to the driveway. They pile into the Falcon. Pearl buckles her seatbelt, then has an epiphany and gets peeved. She rages with impunity at the others.
Don't forget to not buckle up for safety. Who does the governor think she is anyway? Making me put on my seatbelt under threat of fines? She can take her draconian laws and buckle up for a ride on the Pearl Express. But as for me and my car, we will serve the Pearl.
Pearl remains buckled but gives the stink eye to everyone else until they unbuckle their seatbelts. She punches the accelerator out of the long driveway and they move out onto the open, isolated highway at breakneck speed. Pearl pushes the radio's scan button to find some wholesome music to listen to on their road trip.
Jack is leaving or on his way out, and he just bolts out with, "It's the Morai too." Yeah, like, and it was just so bizarre and ill-timed that was kind of like, that made me laugh.
See, you did think it was funny.
Yeah, parts, but yeah, like.
A couple of searches through, it lands on a classic rock station that is playing classic rock music by a classic rock band. Joe walks happily down the street with his pockets full of coal. Pearl lets the radio continue to scan. Chuck gets hyper.
Pearl, can we go back and listen to my favorite song?
No, Chuck. We shan't be listening to any secular heathen songs today.
Please, Pearly Poo, pretty please, with sugars, confectionery sugars on the mountaintop's tippy top.
Pearl disapproves, but acquiesces because of Chuck's kind words.
Okay. Just this once, since you asked all nice and whatnot.
She flips the station back and the classic rock song resumes playing. He's out for a midnight stroll, but the sandwich shops are all closed up, 'cause it's late at night, you know. Chuck aggressively headbangs in rhythm, hair and party hat flipping wildly over her face. Rebecca slowly nods to it and looks out the window. Goes down and another throws up and another one licks the crust. And it's real good fun on a hot dog bun, but the bread just tastes like dust. Another gets up and another goes down and another one licks the crust. Siren is in the front seat, statuesque-like. Pearl has her hands at 10 and 2 on the steering wheel, eyes bugging out, face frowning stoically in judgmental and spiritual displeasure. Jill moves happily up and down the pizza skating rink. She's got knee pads and thick wrist guards, but she can hardly think. Her tummy growls because she wants some tasty pizza pie, but all she can find is the cardboard box where the pizza's gone to die. Another one licks the crust, another one licks the crust, another goes down and another throws up and another one licks the crust. And it's real good fun on a hot dog bun, but the bread just tastes like dust. Another gets up and another goes down and another one licks the crust. And she licks the crust, she licks it good, just like Mama said she would. And another goes down and another throws up, another one licks the crust. Ooh, Lord!